Hey everyone, we got a fun project here. This is a 1992 Bianchi Project 5. This was kind of their early mountain bike. They called it a cross-terrain. You can see it on the chainstay there. Basically it's one of their introductory hybrid multi-use bikes. So had 700C tires. Came stock with 45 millimeter width, so really kind of a unique bike. Basically it's what we call a gravel bike today, and that's what I intend on building out of it. So we'll just go ahead and kind of walk through it. One unique thing is that it came with these bullhorn handlebars. Also, you can see a nice Shimano Dior DX hub. Unfortunately, this one, only the front is original. The rear wheel is not original, so missing out on that nice DX rear hub. So we're just gonna start taking it apart. One of the favorite things that I like about this bike is just the color. I mean, this colorway for this model year is just fantastic in my opinion. They call it a deep purple metallic Caribe blue. Whatever it is, I think it's great. This is the 19.5 inch size. This came, the Project 5 came in 16, 17.5, 19.5, and 21.5. So the other thing about these kind of 90s hybrid bikes, a lot of the companies that were making these were using pretty good steel on them for the upper end models. So this is the Project 5. The Project 7 was their high end for Bianchi in this hybrid bike. But I believe the steel set was the same, and it just had a little bit different components. But the steel on this Project 5 is Bianchi Superset 2 with Tangy Infinity double butted chromoly tubing. It's kind of a mouthful, but basically it's good steel. It also had a chromoly fork as well. The full group set is actually Shimano Dior DX. So I mentioned the hubs, but also the rear derailleur, front derailleur, and I believe the crankset as well. Yeah, the crankset is also Dior DX. Originally a 3x7. I'm intending to convert it to a 1x10. I have a Shimano Dior, can't remember which model, group set that came off of mountain bike, so I'm going to be putting that on here. In the catalog page, it lists the weight of the bike as 26.4 pounds, which, you know, that's pretty good. I've got a lot of bikes that weigh more than that, so we'll see how close we get to that in the end. This is the original stem and handlebars, as I mentioned. Also the original seat post, TCO tall cool one seat post. I mentioned the Brahma branded bullhorn bars and the stem as well. I mentioned how a lot of these early 90s and mid 90s hybrid bikes are like our modern, what we call gravel bikes now, and really it's true in my opinion, and they lend themselves perfectly to these types of conversions. A lot of them natively came with 40 or 45, sometimes up to 50 millimeter tires, and like on this one, this is 130 millimeter rear spacing, so you can still fit a 10-speed cassette on there if that's what you're looking for. Some of them were getting up to 135 millimeter spacing, so you get good tire clearance, like I said, up to 45, maybe sometimes 50 if you're lucky, and you can fit a wide range of gearing on them as well. Definitely getting rid of the kickstand. This is just a square taper bottom bracket. I'm going to replace it with more of a Holotech style. So here's the frame, all stripped down. Like I said, I think it's just a fantastic looking frame. Got the Bianchi head badge, Ritchie Logic headset, and a pile of parts. One thing I'm not gonna do is show the video on the breakdown of the wheel set themselves, but I did take apart the entire hubs and cleaned everything up. Things like seat posts and quill stems and things, I just clean them up good with WD-40 on a rag. Everything comes up pretty good. I noticed when I took the rear wheel off that the cassette that was on there was kind of wobbly. You can see it here. I'm not sure if there was some sort of a spacer issue or just didn't have it tight. I'm not sure, but we'll get that looked at. Okay, a lot of these small bits and pieces, they're all going to get thrown into this ultrasonic cleaner. But one little tip, I guess, before you just throw stuff in ultrasonic cleaner, try to wipe out some of this old gunky grease. It'll save you a lot of work in the end. An ultrasonic cleaner isn't the most perfect thing, so if you can get a lot of that heavy grease out of there, it'll work better. These are all the bearings from the headset, just going in this little T-strainer type thing. It'll just makes everything a lot easier to collect in the ultrasonic cleaner. And now the moment of truth. Weighing this frame, no fork, still has the headset installed. Came in at 5.3 pounds, so pretty light in my opinion for a steel frame. I thought this was interesting. These are the original tires. These Bianchi Grizzly XT 700 by 45C tires. That's exactly what's listed on the catalog page. And now we start the fun part, getting everything cleaned up. I really like using Dawn Power Wash. It's easy to apply, works well. It's just a super tool for cleaning bikes in my opinion. I've got one big brush that I use. I use a toothbrush to get in all the tight spaces. And then the bottom bracket on this one looks pretty good, but there was some kind of rusty crud in there, and I used a wire brush in the bottom bracket to make sure that was real clean. That's Charlie, passing through to say hi. and just giving the same treatment to the fork, making sure everything's nice and clean, getting rid of all the grease and starting fresh. Okay, here's a pile of parts, some off this bike and others are the parts I'm going to be putting on. So you have the Dior group set from a previous donor bike, and that's going to get cleaned up and ready to go for this as well. So I just used some of this Zepp heavy duty degreaser, get it all in the basket, and we'll go 30 minutes in the ultrasonic cleaner. And I screwed up the video orientation, but here you go, you can see them coming out, rinsed off. Everything just looks fantastic. I love having an ultrasonic cleaner. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, I did fully disassemble all the hubs. Everything of all the bearings and everything also went in the ultrasonic cleaner, and now we're just starting to put Humpty Dumpty back together. So this is the new cassette that's going on there, 10-speed cassette. I think it's 11 to maybe like 48 tooth, something like that. So really wide range we're going to get out of this one by. And once I had this new cassette on, that wobble was gone. So there was either they didn't have it tight or there was some spacer issue. The top lock nut and the kind of that brake cable holder washer deal, they were kind of faded away. A lot of the paint was rubbed off, so just hitting those with some black spray paint. And one last thing before I really start the reassembly, I was just going to take some of this micro polish from Turtle Wax and give it a good rub down. It really makes this paint pop. One thing I didn't do with this bike frame is try to restore any of the paint. It's in really good condition in my opinion. There's just a couple nicks and scratches and stuff, but that's fine with me. I didn't want to try to match a paint only to have it look worse than just having a scratch. So leaving it just as it is and doing the best I can. Alright, just getting the headset put back together. Using all the same components. The races looked good, the bearings look good. So we're just rolling with it. Those parts look much better having a fresh coat of paint on them. All right. Now something that we've all seen and done a million times. Just getting the wheel set put back together, the tires put on. I took off the old rim strip that was kind of a little crusty and cracky and all that stuff, so got some new rim tape. I always think it's tricky to get the holes lined up sometimes for the valve stem, but these ones are pretty easy. And the tires that I found, these are a Schwalbe, I think it's a Schwalbe G1 all-around clincher tire. Got them on a really good deal. Found them online. I think they were like $25 a piece or something. 45 millimeter wide tires. So these will be good for what they're going to be used for. These are just some pretty normal, I think these are Kenda tubes that I had laying around. So we'll just use these. I always find it's easier to get a little bit of air in the tubes before trying to install them. Just helps everything line up a little bit better. Okay, so these are a total splurge item. I didn't like the skewers that came on this. They were mismatched. So I found these on eBay. They're actually titanium skewers. Not that I wanted or needed titanium, but the blue matches the bike almost perfect, so I couldn't say no. And now I have some titanium bits on here. Look at those beautiful color match on the skewers. It's just perfect. Just getting the bottom bracket installed. I went with the 40 tooth front chainring. That'll give me a good range. And I wasn't sure how large I could go without getting some interference on the chainstay. This one, I think it'll be fine. I probably could have gotten just a little bit bigger if I wanted, but I don't need, this range will be more than enough. And I mentioned I'll be using the original stem that came on the bike and setting it up with the same bullhorn handlebars just to see how I like them. I haven't used bullhorn bars before. They seem a little wide, but we'll see how they go. You can always change it. And one thing I'd recommend doing if you're working on some of these old bikes, you never know how they've been kicked around. And a lot of them especially have the derailleur hanger is just part of the dropout. So good idea to make sure that the derailleur hanger is aligned. Now, being that they're steel, it's kind of a challenge if you do have to move it around a little bit. You really got to get some leverage on there to make that derailleur hanger move. It took me a little while to get this one lined up. It wasn't too bad, but making small changes just takes a little bit more effort than I'm used to. And it's just a set of big flat resin mountain bike pedals that I had laying around, so I'm going to put these on here for now. It'll be good enough. I did pick up some new cantilever brakes. I think these are Tektro Oryx, something like that. I just kind of liked the way they looked and thought I'd get a new set. So the rear brakes went on just fine. Had not too much trouble aligning them. The front ones, it's almost like the slot that the post goes in wasn't long enough, and I was getting even when the brake pad was adjusted all the way down, it was kind of clipping the tire a little bit. And if I was trying to put tires on that weren't intended for this bike, it would be not too much of a surprise, but these came with 45 millimeter tires from the start. So, I don't know, just a funny thing, I guess. I've got a little coming up later in the video. I'll show you how I get around that. Got a brand new chain for this. One thing I overlooked a little bit was the chain length. This is 116 links, I think, and I probably could have used just a couple more links. We'll just use it full length as it is and see if how well it shifts. Alright, putting the brake levers on. Seems a little weird, having these bullhorn bars and then the brake levers are kind of tight together, but I guess that's the only way to do it. A lot of times you see bullhorn bars on fixies and they don't have to worry about brakes. If, maybe they have a one brake lever or something, but, having two brakes on bullhorn bars, I don't know, looks a little unusual, but I guess that's the way it is. show the setup of the brakes, but you can see the bridge in the middle is a kind of an aftermarket bridge sold by Jaguar. I just think it looks good and matches the brakes. Okay, here you can kind of see how the brake pad interferes with the tire just a little bit, even though the post is all the way down in the slot. So what I've done is I've just taken a round file that's the same diameter, and you can see I'm just kind of lengthening that slot. There's more than enough material there, so I'm not worried at all about, any weakness or anything. So I just kept filing that down and then checking it until I got away from that interference. And we're just continuing to run cables, brake cables, shifter cable, pretty standard stuff. All right, now we're just getting started on the shifting, getting this set up. I think the chain length will be fine. Oh, got a little problem with the limit screws. We'll get that straightened out. Shifting pretty well though, all the way up to the largest cog. The chain line is pretty good. That was another thing I wasn't completely sure about, is what kind of chain line I was going to get, but it's looking pretty good. And now we're on to the bar tape. So I went with this blue. It also matched the frame fairly well. And one thing I don't have is a good way to do the bar end plugs. These Brahma bars have a really small inside diameter, so kind of the standard bar end plugs that I had laying around, none of them fit. So I've got an idea on that. For the time being, I'm just going to use a socket to kind of hold the tape on there and plug it up while I see what I can do about bar end plugs. Alright, here's my idea for the bar unplugs. We'll head to the other side of the shop. Got some hard maple, and I'm just gonna kind of make some bar unplugs. They'll just be friction fit into the bar end along with the tape. Should be a nice tight fit. So we'll just give this a try and see if I like it. It's a real tight fit, which is good. Don't want them just rattling loose on their own. But I think I like it well enough. We'll give it a try. Nice little unique flair to them, I guess. And here it is, folks. The finished Bianchi Project 5, converted to a 1x10, kept the original Brahma bars, new brakes, new brake levers, new drivetrain. Beautiful colors, cleaned up really nice. And the final weight, 25.9 pounds. Not too bad. Thanks for watching. And go find a vintage steel frame and see what you can do with it.